Yeah, okay, so it's about 2:30 now. I think it's cooling down enough to get something done here. I'm videotaping this with my GoPro only because my other camera's on the charger. I left it on the charger this morning, but I didn't turn the charger on, so dang it. Yeah. So, yeah. Now you see this parking brake cable here? See how it's got like a rubber sleeve on it? The Super Duty parking brake cable went on the axle back to the other side and tied into the other side. And it had like a rubber sleeve on it like that. So when the guy put my downturn on my exhaust, right there, yeah, the heat just melted this stuff off. I mean, all the heat's going right here because this is where the pipe is, right? And the downturn. See. Now, I'm just assuming that the MagnaFlow is the same. It's going to be downturned right here, and all that heat's going to go back. And on the Tacoma, as you can see, I think this is the ABS wire sensor, what do you call it? And then you got, here's your brake line. That's metal, but still, you don't want to get all that hot. So that's my only reason for going with this system from Flowmaster. It did cost me a little more money though. And then, like I said, off-roading. A lot of times on some other Tacomas, you'll see the bumper extend this way. That's from rocks coming up as you're passing over some rather large rocks. You have a tendency to come off them and bounce, and typically you will smash your muffler. I haven't done nothing like that, not on this truck yet. I try not to do that any kind of extreme off-roading, but it does happen. You know, this is my daily driver. Can't afford for this thing to get all banged up, and it's not even paid for yet, you know. So, yeah, and I can't afford to fix it if it did. So, here's my rock sliders. These are just in case. As you can see, they have been hit once here. Got a good scrape, but a fresh scrape too. Holding up just fine. Nothing on the bottom. So, that's what I'm up to. This looks fairly simple. You got 2 bolts on this flange right here, and man, they're tiny bolts. Hope they don't snap off when I go to unscrew them. I sprayed them right now with some a little while ago, so they should just come right off, right? So I'm going to replace this back over the rear wheels. There's $500 for you. Yeah. Here's something about this Tacoma that they need to figure something else, especially on the 4-wheel drive models. This thing hangs awfully low. Boy, you hit something under here, you bottom out your exhaust system on here, it's gonna push up. It's either gonna bend or it's gonna crack your exhaust manifolds. So that's not good. Yeah. Now they sell a little skid plate for that, but boy, then now you're even losing more ground clearance on here with a skid plate underneath here. That's a little trade-off with skid plates. Then on the other hand, like I say, drive smarter, not harder. Save yourself a lot of money. So let me get on this thing. It should come right out according to the instructions. Take those 2 little screws out. Slide these off of these rubber dealies here. I got some silicone spray I'll push on these so these things pop off. Slim slam, right? came off relatively easy. I used some stuff called Aerocroll on the bolts. This stuff right here. Yeah. Says guaranteed. The oil that creeps. Loosens tough. Toughest stuck together metal parts are your money back. Yeah, it says to use on your nuts, it says here. Huh. Yeah. See that? Anyway, this stuff works. What you gotta pry off is these rubber things. These are kind of a pain. These slide on there, as you can see the way they're shaped. A little lube on there helps. I happen to have some lube for urethane bushings. Yeah. I happen to have some stuff for urethane bushings, and it worked real good on there. So now to put it back together, hopefully it goes back, and if it snaps right together, it'd be like an easy installation. Okay out there guys, hope you can hear me. I'm using the GoPro Hero still, and that don't take very long at all. What I would recommend is make sure you use some kind of oil on these nuts before you loosen them. Because if anything, these things will break. You don't want them to break, snap off. Use the same nuts. I think they're welded in there, tacked onto this flange, because you replace the old bolts with new bolts. Keep the old springs. There is a gasket in there, like a donut gasket. Whatever you do, don't mess that up if you don't want to leak. You know? Yeah, I don't know what it's made of, but something like that with heat usually falls apart. So you don't want to ding that up. What I did while I put the bolts in here is I put a bungee cord around here to hold this section up, one section at a time, support it so it's not resting on this donut gasket or whatever you want to call it. So I get the bolts in started, and then I can get the muffler on. These went on pretty easy right here. The fits are good. This is a slip fit, so the muffler fits over this pipe. Okay, so yep, it slipped right in there. What I recommend you do is just don't put it in by hand. Get yourself some kind of hammer, and don't bang the heck out of it, but tap it in, you know, from this side or something. You don't want to ding everything up. I got this little hammer here. It's called a rawhide hammer, made in Chicago, that my great auntie left me. She used to work at Lockheed Martin back in like World War II. You know, this is a leather hammer. But yeah, this thing's kind of cool. It's got some weight to it. It's not a rubber hammer. It's a little heavier. But yeah, get something so you can tap it from back here in, just to make sure it's in all the way. Same thing on this end over here. You don't want to ding up where they slide together, because once you ding that up here, it's not going to fit right? Yeah, so tap it over here or something in, make sure everything's bottomed out. Then you got these clamps. Now, if you want it permanently, you know, take it to a muffler shop and have them weld it up, or at least tack it. What I'm worried about is leaks, so yeah, that's what it is. I just gotta tighten everything up now. I want to make sure everything's straight, and looking at everything, make sure everything clears properly, because I can still adjust things right now. I can twist it this way and that way. Oh, by the way, this muffler does say inlet on this side. For those of you who don't know the difference between the big end and the little end. So I still got to tighten these up. I don't know what the torque is or what to do about that. I think they just bottom out, because there are some sleeves in the spring there that will top out as you tighten them up. So I think it looks pretty clean. I haven't put the tip on there yet. Like I said, I'm just adjusting everything before I give it the final tightening, so hang in there, you know? It's summertime, no rush for nothing, right? Okay, so that's it. Fairly easy to install this. I did start it up right now. Very quiet. It's just as quiet as stock. Except when I rev it up, it does have a little vroom to it. Very hard to tell right here in the driveway, but it's in. There was a quick 500 bucks, right? Down the drain. Here's the tip. I'm not going to put the tip on. You know, if you look for these tips online, they're quite expensive because I think they're stainless. But as you can see, as it is right now, that's almost, that's pretty good right there. I don't think I want to extend it out any, because when I do go off-roading, if I go over rocks, I go over them with the tires. And if I put this thing on here, that is going to be what's going to get smashed and lost on the trail there. It'll slide on more than that, but it's just a dry fit. It'll probably slide up back up to here, but still, that sticks out a lot. This is nice and shiny. Like for a street truck, that'd be fine, but for an off-road truck, yeah, I think I'm going to leave it just as it is without the tip. I'll put this in the box and maybe list it on eBay, because I do have an eBay account that I haven't used in years. That's another story, yeah.